The Cavaliers have a chance to get a steal in the buyout market, and the NBA All-Star break may be the time to add to the roster. Larry Nance Jr., a name we have discussed a lot this season, may still pop up for the Cavaliers and may be an option for them to add to their team. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you on Cavs Digest. Excited to talk Cavs basketball. They're finally headed into the All-Star break. I feel like they've been waiting. We've been kind of waiting for them to get their break and juice up, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with the three guys going into the All-Star break. Good opportunity here, though, for you to subscribe to Cavs Digest. We've got a lot going on right now. We are sorting through the buyout options. If you had watched the Mo Bamba video, given your thoughts on the Mo Bamba video, we'd appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far. I feel like we've kept everyone up to date lately. There's been a lot of rumors flying, a lot of things happening with the Cavaliers, and those who have subscribed have, for free, been able to keep up to date, gotten the notifications, videos straight to their timeline, all that happening for them, and I've loved. I'm a guy that reads through the comments, right? So if you leave a comment about, I'm reading about Ben Simmons, I'm reading about Mo Bamba, DeAndre Hunter, whatever you guys are thinking about the Cavaliers right now, subscribe and comment. Those two things are always big on the channel as we continue to get closer and closer to 2,000 subscribers. That would be huge. So if you have not subscribed yet, which I know there's a large percentage that watch but haven't subscribed, do so you can be locked in with everything happening Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, so Cavaliers heading into the break. Before we get to the buyout candidates, talking more about what the Cavs can do with the buyouts, I think it's a good opportunity to stop at this point at 44-10 and really soak it in. It looked like this group was going to break up in the offseason. We don't got to do a whole thing right now, but I do think it's a good time to stop and smell the roses a little bit. This group looked like it was destined to break up. Like somebody had to go at some point for some reason, and the only real change they were going to make was a head coach. And we didn't think it would have certainly the effect it has had on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The players love Kenny Atkinson. He has done everything he said he was going to do, from turning Evan Mobley into this and that, to getting Darius Garland to bounce back, to making all four guys work together, getting the most out of Ty Jerome. Great moments for this team this season. It has been really, really special so far at 44-10. They've beaten really good teams in really great fashion. The comeback, the bounce back, whatever else you want to call it, for Darius Garland has been really, really special to watch. That was a guy I called out in the preseason, a guy I said had to do this, had to do that, and I feel like he stepped up and done so. He's going to be an all-star. That's been a great moment. I didn't know if Evan Mobley could be everything we hoped he could be, if he could take another step, if we could see the aggressive play from him, and he absolutely, certainly has done that. So those are things where you head into the All-Star break, you're going to watch three Cavaliers be All-Stars, well-earned, well-deserved, not injury replacements or anything. It's just going to be really, really cool to watch this group be a part of All-Star Weekend. Kenny's going to coach 44-10. I mean, they lose a game or two a month all season long. They've been stressful losses when they lose, but I mean, we immediately see them bounce back. We immediately see them start playing better. And the Cavaliers even went for the trade, right? The all-in trade to go for DeAndre Hunter, who helped them win again last night, as the Cavs just look terrific, especially at home. But they've gotten some big wins on the road. They beat the Raptors last night, which I want to give a quick shout-out to Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson beefing with the Raptors is just, that's old times, man. Feels good. I know that, not any of those guys left from the 16, 17, 18 rivalries, but it was good to see Tristan kind of get a moment. I feel like he's been a little lost this season. Every time we've had to talk about him, it's been trade-wise or big man-wise, and we're going to have to get back into that today, but it was cool to see him kind of get into it with them, so shout-out TT getting into it with those guys. That was cool. So let's get to it. We've talked a lot about the trade market for the Cavaliers. We have. We've discussed their fit, what we think we could see them adding to this roster. I have said for 3 years they need another big. It can't just be Allen and Mobley. I don't care if those guys can separate or play together or whatever else you want to say. They have to get another big in the mix. I threw out the idea of Mo Bamba. I still like that idea. You can go back and watch that video. He is a better option at this point in time because he got waived. So the Cavaliers could put in for him, try and make that move. However, another option they should keep their eye on, and we had this as a trade candidate for a long time. We thought the Cavaliers could get this done in the trade. I probably still think they could have figured something out, but Larry Nance Jr., getting Larry Nance Jr. back to Cleveland for another round. And I know this excites a lot of Cavs fans. A lot of Cavs fans will get pumped up about this. I think this is the stretch 4, fill-in 5, wing defender. I think he can guard all 5 positions in a sense, but he's definitely a big man at this point in his career. 6'8", 32 years old. I said the big thing is he can't play the way he did the first time around in Cleveland. I mean, he had a couple injuries here. He's had a couple injuries since he's left. So if he did come back, you're talking about small minutes to come in and let Allen sit, come in and let Mobley sit, maybe go in with those guys to play a big lineup at some point. But, I mean, we're talking about a guy that would play 10 minutes a game, 12 minutes a game. And the tough part is with Larry Nance Jr. right now is he's on the Hawks, right? So buyout-wise, as he was listed on the Athletics buyout candidate list, he would have to make it happen, right? So if you want to hope that happens, they already have Clint Capella. They already have Onyeka Okongwu. They play those guys a lot, and they are trying to lose. So what you would need, basically, is Larry Nance to step up and ask for that buyout. He would need to step up and say, I want to play real basketball. I want to play meaningful basketball. And he would have to ask the Hawks to buy him out and start that process. And I don't know that that's necessarily even begun or an option or happening right now. So that's what kind of stinks for the Cavaliers. But it's definitely something to keep an eye out. I do see him as a buyout candidate, and he's been listed in multiple reports. That was The Athletic. I've seen him in some other things where they're trying to lose. I mean, they went all in on losing. They traded a lot of guys. They're playing a lot of young players. So the Cavaliers have a great opportunity here to bring back a big that can guard wings, that can give you a little bit of athleticism. Garland likes him. I don't think he's played with anybody else on the roster besides Garland, but he's a fan favorite. He fits in really well. I think this is a perfect steal for the Cavaliers if they can add this guy. And I do think that spot needs filled. I know that's a question I've asked a lot of people too. Is it hey, they need to just rock with what they have, deal with it, and move forward? Or is this a situation where, hey, yeah, Wade and Okoro are out again and Travers is playing, and I know they're going into the break, but this is the depth they need, a little extra they need. That's how I personally feel. That's how I think it would fit in, and that's how it would look. But I want to know from you. Drop down in the comments. Larry Nance Jr., how does that land for you as a buyout candidate? Are you okay with the Cavs adding to the roster more, changing things up more, or do they just kind of need to move forward? We'll keep an eye on this and more as you subscribe to Cavs Digest.